So we were talking off camera. I've been dealing with, for a week now, what I believe is one single hemorrhoid that I think I could put a bowler hat on. It's not cowboy hat yet, but it's bowler hat.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
On your hemorrhoid?
Yeah, I think I could put a hat on it. That's where I'm at with it.
So it's on the outside, then it's not an inside one.
Yeah, I wish.
Or is the hat also inside your
That's why it's so itchy, KY.
I keep putting this fucking hat on my ass. No, I was laying in bed trying not to scratch my asshole off my body, and I was thinking, what hat would be best for this? And the mind wanders in order to escape trauma. I don't know. What do you call it when you have a bad hemorrhoid?
I mean, I've had a hemorrhoid so bad that it kept me awake. Like it was just throbbing, pulsing from my anus to the tip of my head.
I'm sorry. That sounds like you're trying to get laid by a guy. You kept me awake all night, throbbing from my anus to the tip of my head.
Pulsing. My anus was pulsing.
Pulsing.
Yes. Yeah. From the pain, from the painful evening shit I took.
This podcast is 100% accepting of all sexuality. So you do what you gotta do, baby.
Yeah, man. You like poop play and that gets you hard? We're cool with it.
Oh my god.
I don't know if I can get behind that.
Okay, all right. That one's off the table.
Maybe 50% behind it. I can't get all the way behind it.
Not 100%. Yeah, he's
it's cool if you want to do it, but I'm not gonna endorse it.
I'm not gonna support you at your rallies when you go and you do your poop forward rallies and your poop first policies and
your diaper parties. No, thank you.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Yuck.
You can't stay at my hotel.
Yeah.
No.
Didn't they say, wasn't there a big shit issue with the a furry convention because they were filling their adult diapers?
Yeah.
Wasn't that an issue?
Don't you ruin one of my stories in the future.
Oh, did I? Damn. Okay.
No.
Okay. I was just regurgitating a headline, so I don't know much more than that.
I'm there too. I also did the research for that story. It just never panned out to a full story yet.
It's very short. Yeah, the first furry convention where they weren't invited back, or maybe it was the second convention. I can't remember, but we'll get a little shorty out of it. Just the amount of diapers and poop in the hallway and just things like that. What is it with furries? It's just so
hygiene and furries just don't go hand in hand.
Poopy. Why?
Yeah.
Anyway, back to hemorrhoids. That's a safer topic, probably.
Yes, and relatable.
Super relatable. Man. I've had hemorrhoids bad before. I've, Preparation H makes those little butt dildos that you can.
Oh yeah, when he knows the products, he's deep in the hemorrhoid game.
I'm way deep in the hemorrhoid game, man. I'm way deep in the hemorrhoid game. Speaking of hemorrhoids, I did eat at a Golden Corral the other day. I don't know how many are left in the United States. But it's
a dying breed.
I did go to that. I haven't developed a hemorrhoid from the visit, but I do think it's relevant. Somehow.
I think it is. I think you did something like a Golden Corral. You are going to be so constipated you get a hemorrhoid, or the diarrhea is going to be so severe that it's going to generate it.
Golden Corral is just America's fucking food trough, man. It was just so. It's a line in. It's a line everywhere, but it's still fast, and you get a ton of fucking food. Oh. It's just fat Midwestern elbows slapping into each other.
Midwinter, some fat bastards in shorts.
Oh yeah. Just showing off those fucking high quality Midwestern knees, those fat fed knees right there. It's just you can't even tell it's a knee. It's just one solid.
It's one unit,
solid tube.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Just one big ham hock.
Oh my gosh.
I've never noticed how many fucking fat elbows in my life. I've never noticed that many fat elbows in one place in that Golden Corral.
Oh my gosh.
I thought maybe that's what the food is. And I stopped eating it after a while. It made me sick. Maybe gross.
It made me grossed out. I could tell. I was at OCB, Old Country Buffet.
Ooh, okay.
And I heard, so all the clientele's the exact same. And I heard a white man call a black person the N-word loudly, and I never returned.
Wow. Was the
Yeah.
food good?
Yeah, it was solid. It was pretty solid. for an OCB, it wasn't that bad. But I thought, if people give me this free with such abusive language, I'm just not gonna go there.
Yeah. If you get passes for that in those kinds of places, then the food's got to be really good.
Yeah, it's got to be really good.
Really.
Because there were people of color there, and they just turned a blind eye. They said, you know what? So many places you can get for like $11.
Yeah.
So,
It's
we're gonna let it slide this time. He gets a pass.
I'm gonna overlook Black History Month on account of endless wings night.
Endless wings, endless plates. Ooh.
That's true. I don't know how to transition into a story, but I'm just gonna do a hard transition into it.
Go for it.
Yeah,
Welcome to the Lesser Known People podcast.
Yes.
Woo,
Yes.
woo.
Ow!
We're doing an unusual Sunday recording, so we're maybe a little bit low energy, but we're just gonna roll with it like a little jazz ensemble.
I mean, it's Jesus' birthday every Sunday. So
That is not right, but okay.
no. I am a pretty heavy Christian, so I know about these things.
You know what, man? I don't want to separate you from the Lord. That is for sure.
That's right. I'm trying to put distance there, but he keeps bringing me back.
Yeah,
That
nobody
son
listen
of
to
a
KY,
bitch.
man. He's literally Satan. Anyway.
That's true. A charming soothsayer. Oh no.
There's a nice one. I'm going to do a story about some gentlemen who try to soothsay one of their friends, one of their acquaintances.
Oh, heavens.
Now, we're a group of friends, and I just want to know,
Oh boy.
of the 5 of us, open question. So there's 5 people in this podcast. 2 of us aren't here tonight. It's a Sunday. We won't hold anyone to the fire. Big Cat and Sean are not here. Big Cat's dead, and then Sean also died. They'll be back. They're like Kenny, or fucking whatever the fuck that kid that died in South Park all the time.
They're with Jesus. It's his birthday. So.
Yeah, Jesus. Yeah.
Yeah.
But the rest of us are here. Con Man, I have you.
Mm-hmm. I'm here. We're doing great. We're
Okay.
gonna make Sunday happen, dude.
That's what I'm talking about. And
We're bringing some Sunday energy.
KY, where's your Sunday energy?
It's here.
Good.
We're slugging through. I had 3 Reese's cups. It's the most I could do to compare.
Man. Now, of the 5 friends, of the 2 that aren't here, and us, all combined, which one of us would we take out an insurance policy against? Like, that guy's going to die. We want to cash in.
I gotta say, Sean.
It's obviously...
I'm always leaning towards Sean.
It's obviously Sean, right?
I feel like it's pretty good. Big Cat maybe if he active shoots somewhere and he does suicide by cop some way, but beyond that, it's just
Yeah, but that's probably not covered though.
That's a good point.
That's a good point. If it's an accidental death, then you might get a payout there, but
Okay.
I think if when Big Cat goes and he makes true on being the air marshal in the aircraft.
Sorry, that's 100% true. That always gets a laugh out of me. He's a fucking lunatic on a plane. I love it.
Ryan actually kind of dresses like he is an air marshal. Like he's got glasses on, nondescript.
Yeah, when I saw him,
I think he like grows out a goatee just for a flight.
Yeah,
just so he can have a goatee on the plane.
So when he mean mugs people's behind aviators, which I can contest, I saw in an airport he was wearing sunglasses.
He does. Yes, he was. I've seen that. I saw that in airport that we were all together in one time.
Yeah, he loves it. Loves just making people think he might be an undercover something or other.
But he is, because he'll act on it. You know what I mean? There's eventually he will, maybe.
Yeah.
So I guess
no authority, but he wants it.
So I guess maybe, like, if it was Sean, we wouldn't really need to nudge him because it would maybe just happen naturally.
He survived some scrapes, though. I mean,
Yeah.
That is true. He's a guy without a plan. It'd be really hard to like trap him. You know what I mean? You never know
Yeah.
what he's gonna do ever.
I think the most we could ever do, and I'm sure you'll get here, but the most we could ever do would be like to just continually introduce relatively dangerous situations for him to get into.
There you go.
Because he would get into
Yeah.
them, but we just couldn't predict what he would show up for, if he'd be on time.
Well, before we get too deep into the conspiracy, because I want to keep it going, we need to figure out different ways that we can, kill Sean accidentally. I'm actually, tonight, we're going to talk about a story where these guys try to accidentally kill their friend in order to reap his insurance benefits.
Okay.
So this story is about a guy named Mike the Durable.
Mike the Durable.
Yeah, and/or Iron Mike.
Was this his name before they tried to kill him, or like through like the series of like failed attempts, he earned the name Durable Mike?
It's mostly through the series of failed attempts to kill the man that he earned the name Mike the
It's gonna
Durable.
be pretty fucking stupid to be like, hey, let's take out an insurance policy. It's our friend Iron Mike.
Yeah. There's this guy known for never dying. I think let's
Who
try to
should
kill
be
him.
dead and just isn't. Yeah, let's do that.
So his real name is Michael Malloy. He's an immigrant to America from Ireland. County Donegal. Yes, heavy drinker. Heavy drinker. He was a
No
former.
surprise faces.
No surprise. Not shocking anyone here. He was a firefighter. Anyone shocked?
No.
No. Here's another shocking fact. He lived in New York City.
All lines up perfectly. Now,
Lined
what
up.
years are we talking here?
1933.
Okay, so
Okay.
we're going way back a little bit, but
Yeah,
Still.
not too far. But still. Anyway, so our man, Mike the Durable, finds himself homeless, alcoholic, jobless. He's hanging out with his boys. I'll give you their names real quick. Tony Marino, that's one of them. Joseph Red Murphy. My guy's name is Red Murphy.
okay.
Francis Pasqua, Hershey Green, and Daniel Kreisberg.
Hershey. God, first name Hershey? Love it. Lean into it.
Your first name Hershey? That is nice. There's a guy last name Hershey that kind of went by his last name as his first name a lot. That's smart.
Yeah.
But the only two people that really, our two masterminds here are really Tony Marino and Francis Pasqua.
Now, is that Dan Marino's grandfather?
It is 100%.
Son of a bitch. That whole family's crooked.
They are, man. So Tony Marino and Pasqua take out the life insurance policy against our man Mike the Durable here, Michael Malloy, and Tony Marino owns a speakeasy, and he gives Michael Malloy an infinite, unlimited tab. He can just drink as much as he wants.
I mean, dangerous work for an Irishman to have,
Yeah.
Dangerous.
That might offset the insurance payout after a while.
It really might, even if you get him in the end. I
You're
don't know.
gambling with that.
Well, they keep trying to get this Irishman to drink himself to death, but it turns out that that's like a really difficult task. It's really hard to get an Irishman to die from drinking too much. Connor, is that true?
A lot of people in my family are still alive. So.
Just personal experience, those Connor. It's a toughie.
So anyways, they let this guy in. They gave him an infinite tab. They let him drink his ass off every day for pretty much no reason. They thought that maybe he would just drink himself to death. But he just kind of wouldn't die. So they started to aid it along a little bit. So the first
As
thing,
one does.
yeah, they just kind of give it a little bit of a nudge.
Mm-hmm.
First, one of the things they do, they pour a little bit of antifreeze inside of
There you go.
Malloy's liquor.
I mean, it would sweeten it up a little bit.
It would. It probably taste delicious.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't kill him.
Honestly, it's impressive. It kills cats all the time.
Right? I mean, it kills dogs. It kills people, but I think it's like you need a lot of it over a good deal of time or something like that.
Yeah, I think you're right.
But he would drink the antifreeze like kind of regularly.
He's just walking through it. God, this liquor's fucking good today. All right.
Just delicious.
He's just standing outside when it's like 5 degrees outside, no coat, feeling great.
God, it's not that cold. It's a warm winter, huh? Great.
Well, there might be something to that. They actually attempted to kill him by getting him so drunk where he passed out. Then they took him outside in a cold night and they dumped a ton of water on him, like several gallons.
Not gonna lie, that's a pretty good idea for a drunk person.
Exactly, it's a great way to kill somebody.
It's a good
smart
one.
way.
See, like they find him, he's froze to death anyway. They wouldn't know if the water was whatever. Yeah.
I was hoping it was the antifreeze that kept him alive, but it wasn't. He did survive that. Some police just happened to come by and find him out there, just shirtless, covered in water in the middle of fucking February.
They're like, hey, dude, get up. Luck of the Irish. Fucking chatters down the road.
Oh, man. I didn't even think about that. The luck of the Irish. What a
Yeah,
good
dude.
fucking turd. I'm going to get some Lucky Charms jokes up in this bitch fucking real quick.
Hell yeah,
There you
dude.
go.
Is that racist? Can you be racist against the Irish?
Not really.
They were
Nah.
they were neutral. They were neutral.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
They'll make better jokes about it than you ever can.
Yeah.
They were neutral in World War II, so I can say whatever I want.
That's the line. There you go.
Drawing that line. They fed him rat poison.
Oh, well, we had that one guy who had rat poison from the marathon episode, and that guy, won?
Yes.
So, rat
Yeah.
poison can maybe be good sometimes.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was trying to keep a straight face.
So they actually they gave him rat poison. They gave him turpentine. They gave him all sorts. They gave him antifreeze mixed with turpentine. They gave him all sorts of shit to try to kill this guy.
Okay, one step back, though. Does he have a fucking tongue? He doesn't taste any of this shit.
I mean, maybe it tastes good to him. I mean, turpentine perhaps
Just
tastes
rough.
like bad whiskey.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, maybe they got him drugged first, and then it's
Right.
like, here's another drink, and then
Yeah.
at that point, you don't fucking care what's in it.
That's
Oh,
true.
Man, you gotta be fucking wasted. I mean, I'm not saying he was sober by any stretch, but my God, something would be like, whoa, this is off. Give me a different one. But, anywho.
Because poisoning his alcohol wasn't working, which there may have been some scientific help to that, some scientific facts behind that. You can read into that if you want. There is some science behind it where, maybe the alcohol prevented the bad things in the antifreeze from being digested or absorbed into the
Yeah.
bloodstream.
His liver was just already working overtime, and it was just like, nope,
Yeah.
we can't handle anymore.
Get that shit out of here. We'll
Yeah.
get that out with the next piss. Could you imagine? Could you imagine that bright green, bright blue piss?
And a drunk Irish guy probably pissing all over that bathroom. Being like,
Ugh.
it's fucking
Yeah.
hot one in here, huh? Holy God.
It's just piss in the rainbow.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah, some Lucky Charms jokes in here. This is going to be good.
They also fed him some raw oysters that were soaked in some wood alcohol. The wood alcohol is supposed to be very poisonous, but really didn't do much for him because he was drinking whiskey and things at the time. I think the wood alcohol is like straight methanol, and I think the alcohol actually blocked it from being absorbed once he ate the oysters. Or
Or it can be converted in his stomach, those two chemicals. I don't know.
I'm not a scientist, man. I'm not a body doctor. I don't
We're
do any
just
of that
three
shit.
funny guys with huge dongs, all right?
Very large dogs. We have a camera. We can show it now. We can show it.
No, thank you.
Not right now. Maybe later.
Maybe
Maybe
Yeah.
next week.
Let me get the rest of this wine down and get a little loose.
Yeah, let me get my turpentine fucking coolant drink. What methanol?
I mean, the oysters sound like such a weird like delivery vehicle for methanol. Like, wouldn't you just put that in his drink anyway?
Right.
Like, why would you go through the process of like soaking an oyster in methanol and then giving it to them?
Well, I think the idea to do it actually came from like Marino had heard from his time bartending or whatever that a guy had eaten oysters with whiskey and it had killed him. So he thought, well, maybe if we like put the wood alcohol inside of the oysters and he eats it, it'll dissolve it differently in his stomach or maybe.
Yeah, I mean,
elsewhere.
if he's already drank turpentine and rat poison and everything else.
Right.
I mean.
So, they couldn't really figure out how to kill this guy at this point by making him ingest things with alcohol and food.
I mean, fair play, they tried.
They tried. They left him outside, did the weekend at Bernie's him around, and like they fed him a bunch of shit. They got sick of that, so they fucking ran him over with the car.
I mean, if the elegant methods don't work, sometimes it's just straight brute force you need.
Sometimes if all you have is a hammer, the whole world's a nail.
That boy was a nail that night. That's for
Yeah,
sure.
he was. He survived that though. So
Fuck your Model A, bro. I'm good, man.
Yeah, fucking just didn't get him. So those were all of the failed attempts. And now I think we decided that maybe like Sean would be our victim.
Yeah.
Well, how would we Wile E. Coyote Sean? Give me your Acme schemes.
My first thought is we can't necessarily use alcohol, like, strictly, because Sean is our DDD. He's our designated drunk driver.
I know. Could you imagine trying to kill Sean with weed? You like?
Yeah. So, like, it'd have to be, I don't know. I still feel like if we could just kind of keep sending him on, like, hiking trips or something. He may just zoinks off the side, fucking Scooby-Doo off the side of a cliff. I don't know. Like,
yeah. I mean, I was thinking, like, he's a big skier. You could take him skiing, but then also, like, he's been skiing probably hundreds of times at this point.
That is true.
Right. High and drunk. So,
yeah.
Oh,
it'd have to be an activity he'd think he'd be good at, but isn't experienced at.
I mean, he skis a lot. He's a good skier.
He's a very good skier, yeah.
How do we transition that into, like, skydiving without a parachute?
But he's been skydiving too.
Right. What about
fuck him?
I know.
Ziplining too in like a third world country.
Yeah.
That's he's already doing the dangerous shit that we would put him up to.
Exactly.
And he just keeps surviving.
He just slimes through it, dude. He's unkillable.
I think Iron Mike is like he is durable. Sean is more like he's like it's like trying to choke out Flubber. You know what I mean? He just changes shape, slides. He slimes his way through.
He has
but
no
with
plan.
A smile.
With a smile.
Yeah.
With a great temperament, with a sunny outlook.
He usually has weed, so people like him.
Oh yeah. He always curries favor. He always has like a couch to sleep on. That's it. You know, like where you stay. I visited him in San Francisco one time when he was living there. All the random places that he's lived. I think he had a couch. He had a couch for me. He had an additional couch for me that I could sleep on.
Yeah. That's the thing. He either told them like the day you got there, like, oh hey, by the way, my buddy's gonna come crash on the couch for a day or two, and they were like, okay, I guess we can't say no because he's ringing the doorbell downstairs.
Yeah. What do you mean the couch? You mean your couch? Like, fuck off, man.
Yeah. Where are you sleeping? Because that's the couch. You're already on it. Oh, I don't know. Yeah, Sean would be tricky, man.
You could always send him on like a long distance road trip after a long weekend.
Oh yeah, he's terrible with cars. His cars always break down. That is true.
Yeah,
we could set him like into the desert with like.
I was just
any
thinking
car.
Desert. Usually he's fairly dehydrated because he's, we're all mostly hungover, after those sorts of weekends anyway. So that might be the best bet. But then he would just like luck into something though. He'd be like, all right, I was check this out. My car broke down in Death Valley. I got bored. I just started walking, and then I got tired, so I just dug a hole and climbed in it. And then these gold diggers found me like the next day, and they just let me hang out with them for a while. It was cool. Like it would work out. It would just work out.
My favorite Sean line was when he flew into Detroit and he couldn't get picked up, and he had to just wait around forever. Like
hours.
Like hours.
Like
Like
7
6
hours.
Yeah, 7 hours, 6, 7 hours. No problem, my doodly. I brought my Switch.
End of text.
And a text. He just rode around on a bus playing his Switch.
Playing a Switch in a fairly dangerous major city. Didn't care. Got where he was going. Smile on his face. He showed up. He's like, yeah, I was kind of tired of riding that bus, but I'm here now. And just shook it.
The last time I met him in Detroit, he showed up with a trash bag full of fucking toys. He had a trash bag full of fucking
That's
Spawn
right.
toys.
And didn't he do a leave behind? He did.
Oh,
He
yeah.
put something in a corner, didn't he?
Yeah.
He's got a little stash. Yeah, he's got a little stash of toys. He's got to
does.
get picked up.
He does like a little like, it's like Sean Cash's, right?
Yeah.
He's got these like go boxes, but they're full of like action figures, like nothing useful.
You see what we're dealing with? That's our target, man. He's unkillable.
Because he's unknowable. He's like, this is too much.
You never know what he's gonna do. Man, we showed up. We were Thanksgiving one year. He flew in. Nothing. No bags. Nothing.
That's right. He just
We-
walked off with like his cell phone and shorts on, and that was it.
His one stipulation was that we take him to the mall so that he could buy new underwear. That's all
And it was Black Friday, so it was fucking crazy busy.
yeah. Oh, it was.
That's
we were
a
like,
classic
oh,
Sean
okay.
thing.
Yeah, we could get you underwear, no problem. It's super easy. We can do that for you. But then it turns into like a 4-hour excursion.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Oh my god.
Anyway, yeah, Sean is our Mike the Durable.
Oh,
There's no
definitely.
argument.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, he just hangs, man.
Just hangs.
And this Mike guy, he took a shot from a car
And survived.
and survived it. Walk right through it.
He did die. He did die the next round.
Oh,
This one, they were like really straightforward about this. They were kind of done fucking around. I think so. The insurance policy was getting ready to run out. Policies are only for like periods of time, so that time was like coming up, and they had failed to kill this guy a lot. So finally, they just got him really, really drunk, and then they had an oil furnace, and the exhaust, the jet exhaust for that, they just shoved that into his mouth, and he asphyxiated.
oh my god.
It took an hour. Yeah, right?
That's too long. Why so long?
What the fuck? That's way too long.
Do you think they stuck it in his mouth and he goes, oh, it's a heavy cigarette. That's all right.
Just
Oh, it's not bad. These cigars are kind of tough, but I like them. It's good. Tarry.
just real. I can really get the asbestos. I really taste the asbestos.
All the way
down in my lungs.
My God.
That's where I like
an
it.
hour. He is durable. Fucking hell.
So, it did kill him. And then eventually, Pasqua and Marino did go to try to collect the insurance money. That didn't work. The insurance company was like, no, absolutely not. We will not give you money for this dead man. Take your corpse elsewhere, please.
Yeah.
The police ended up like hearing word about this Mike the Durable, how this guy just couldn't be killed. Couldn't be killed. They were hearing this throughout town, and they chased it down with some probably good detective work.
Oh,
and they ended up nabbing these two guys. They nabbed all 5 of them, which were known as the Death Trust in the newspapers of the time.
So how much money was on the line here?
That I don't know. I didn't really, unfortunately, didn't chase that down too much. I was a little bit more interested in these failed attempts.
Oh no, they're way better. But it's like if it was for like,
Peanuts.
$1,000 back in
Yeah,
1930.
That's what it is in my mind, like $500.
Yeah, And, it's a lot of money back then, sure, but, like, split 5 ways. He's got the bar tab you got to pay for. Like,
Yeah, they got to get all that illegal fucking money back because it was a speakeasy, right? It was underground.
Oh, God, yeah. Jeez. Well, at least they didn't pay tax on it. But
Exactly. No, I don't know how much money it was, but it was also 1933 when this went down. So there was still like, people were making money on like the stocks and things like that, or soon. Well, that might have just ended, but
history sketchy around that time.
My timeline's pretty bad, actually. 1933 actually might have sucked fat dicks, which is probably why they wanted to kill that guy.
Is it Prohibition and Great Depression? Or when was the Great Depression? Right around that
1930s.
Yeah.
Then World War II kind of helped bring us out of that. So
spend money to make money. Get you a Nazi.
I think 1933 New York was probably not faring well, especially for the firefighter out of the job, drinking his ass off. With these new friends, though. With these new friends and their harsh cigars.
God, this almost tastes like a fucking tailpipe. God, good though.
Oh, wow.
What vintage?
Virginia? Virginia made this tobacco? Wow.
Wow. Ooh.
Tastes a little bit like West Virginia. They're cold.
Oh my God.
So anyway,
sorry, I have one question. So back in the day, you were allowed to take an insurance policy out on anyone back in the day. Is that still true now? Asking for a friend.
For Sean?
Just a scheme I might be working. What? Plan? No.
I don't know. I don't know that they were actually successful in actually cashing in on that policy. I think that you can probably get sold whatever policy anyone wants to sell you, but like whether the terms of that policy will be honored by the insurance company are probably pretty vague, or probably not very.
But I mean, I've heard there's stories like this out there where random people take insurance policies out on someone they're unrelated to. But can you still do that now? Can you still say, like, I want to take an insurance policy out on my neighbor because I think that guy's going to fucking die someday? Like,
I highly doubt it, man.
Right? That's not allowed anymore. I can't imagine.
Can't be. Maybe though. Maybe all of us rely on each other to make this podcast. I mean, I'm interested in you being alive. If you die, I would lose out in literally tens of dollars that we make on this podcast.
Yeah, there's hundreds of cents to be made.
Hundreds of them.
Also, my friendship and my jokes, you cuck.
That is true. That is true. True. No reason to bring up sexual habits, but that is true.
Anyway, sorry, keep cutting you off.
Yeah, shut up. They're making this long. We're trying to shorten this up. So the police do charge Marino and Pasqua. They're murdered. They're murdered for their murder.
Shit!
They go to Sing Sing and they get the axe.
But they don't get beheaded. They get hung.
I don't know. I don't really. Probably not hung. They probably got electrocuted.
This is a terrible story here on Jesus' birthday.
I don't think you understand much about. You know what, man? You're right. I'm glad you found the Lord, dude.
It's just not in his vision. You know what I mean? These guys are bad people.
Yeah. He loves them though, probably. He loves them.
Yeah, straight into his fucking arms. Sorry, go ahead.
You gotta be a true Christian, KY. Don't gotta fucking adopt it. God love them people, okay? Fuck you. Stop interrupting me.
Easy.
I don't have my notes up anymore. Those 2 guys were killed. The other 3 guys were charged with misdemeanors and accessories to the fact. I think one of the guys hit him with the car, it was his car or something. But that is the end of Mike the Durable Iron Mike. He did perish from the harsh cigar. And I think that if, maybe if there is a company out there willing to give us an insurance policy on Sean, maybe we just look. Because
just shop around.
Just shop around.
Gotta shop.
We could probably get a really good deal. Because he's young. And he's like, he's relatively healthy.
So, keeps losing all those teeth though.
Oh yeah, he's always had teeth problems ever since he was a kid though. But
his lungs are probably trash.
Yeah. He looks okay, handsome, hairy and beautiful, but
handsome, hairy and beautiful.
I don't know. Yeah, internals, who knows? His highest form of exercise is like excessive masturbation, if that counts as exercise.
But he does it so much, though.
That's what I mean. Marathon level ticking. He's doing it himself here. Oh, God.
Sean blood dopes just to jack off.
That's good. That's good. All right, plug us out here, man.
All right. Okay. Come find us. We have a Patreon. If you're that serious, you can come check us out there. You can interact with us. Tell us what kind of stories you want us to do. We do have a pretty long-standing Patreon. Ryan that hangs out with us. Thank you, my dude. You're awesome.
Hang in there, buddy.
Hell yeah, dude.
Come find us on our Instagram and our Facebook if you want some funny memes and shit like that. Find us on YouTube. You can find our visual elements. You can find a bunch of shorts, highlights, and funny clips from the show. And then just like us and follow us, subscribe wherever you listen to your podcasts.